This is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Welcome to Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Crimson Tide. This place is charged up and ready for a big game today. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, LSU Tigers, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Alabama will kick it off to get us underway. And the return starts from inside the 20. He's tackled at the 34 after a decent kick return there. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. First down, looking to throw the football. And look, he's going to take a shot right away. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Going the other way, can they stop him? Inside the 40. And he steps out of bounds after a great return. What a hit. Sets up the offense in great position.
Well, here it is, opening drive of the game. We're just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. Poor decision by the quarterback. That's 100% on him, and his defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
First down here for this offense. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
The game makes it second and medium. The back's got it. And he will be stuffed for no gain. The game goes back to 1895, Kirk, but as you know, it's begun to pick up intensity in this rivalry because they are always in each other's way in the SEC.
Yeah, this rivalry doesn't necessarily have the history, even though it does go back to 1895. But you're right. Things seem to change when the SEC split East and West. It became a battle about who would represent the West, the winner typically between Alabama and LSU. It seems like every year from that point on, it's a game we all point to before the season even starts.
Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. A running play called on fourth down. He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. Finally, they get him. A great tackle by the quarterback. Not easy with that size difference. Well, last time they played, of course, LSU won in a beatdown, something we rarely see, an Alabama team just totally embarrassed.
Yeah, and I think the difference in that game was the line of scrimmage. LSU just had their way with Alabama up front, really on both sides of the football. But, you know, it's a new year. It's a new opportunity. This one, to me, is going to be a tight battle.
Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Throws it to the right. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On third down, he drops to throw. It's an out route. The catch made. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Linebackers trying to confuse this offense now. Press coverage now from the secondary. That's caught. It's Anderson. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38. This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field.
Well, it's a great completion here. Quarterback puts this ball on the money. And when you talk about LSU and you talk about the history, it's easy to bring up Joe Burrow in 2019. But, Chris, you've been following this as long as I have. You know that when LSU is really dangerous, they get consistent play from the quarterback. It doesn't have to be Burrow, but just a guy that can be efficient, be a good leader, and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because if you can, with the athletes they have around that position, they become a real threat.
The completion makes it 2nd down. Looking to throw yet again. The pocket breaking down. Not the accuracy we expect from this senior quarterback. He threw it behind the receiver. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Catch made on the out route.
You know, it's 3rd down. As a quarterback, you're sitting there back in the pocket trying to find a matchup that you like. Pretty much everything taken away. I like his thought to get it to the running back because he's a talented, gifted player, but he just could not wiggle free to pick up the 1st down.
Here we go on 4th down. And they pick up the 1st down, tackled at the 25. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs.
I can't believe the call here by this offense. A lot of teams, they're not going to keep it on the ground in this situation. 4th and 1, 4th and inches is one thing. But they needed more than that here, and they line up and hit this defense right in the mouth and pick up a 1st down. Give a lot of credit to the big boys up front for making that happen. You talk about a confidence booster going forward.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. LSU has moved into the red zone. On 1st down, why not keep it on the ground? Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, LSU.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
Point after, up and good.
LSU, 7, Alabama, 0.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
Set to kickoff.
He's got it inside the 15. He steps out to the 29. That's where they begin the drive. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. Last possession, they went for it on 4th down, but got stoned. Let's see what they can do this time. They'll start the drive here with an end around. And the defense not fooled there. They stop it for no gain. Alabama comes up with the line quickly.
Well, the backside rules for a defense against the run are to check for the cutback, the counter, or reverse. That time they stayed home and were in perfect position. They were able to stop that reverse in its track.
Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37. Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this call. Obviously, the defense will decline that penalty on the offense and take the result of that play. The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. Here we go, 4th down. They'll try to run for it. That picks up a 1st down. They'll spot it at the 39.
Hey, that is a gutsy call to go for it on 4th down in your own territory. But you can see that this coach is confident in his offense and going to their go-to plays that they call up specifically for these situations.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. LSU 7, Alabama 0.
Me and the homies can trade your outfits.
No way, you're kidding me!
You do it.
Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47. Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. And they pick up the 1st on the ground. Breaks loose at the 40. That moves the football inside the 40, and it's another 1st down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. Alabama comes up with the line quickly. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Trying to find some room. It's Law. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time. An important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. They'll ride the back again here. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. The offense still on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it. fourth down, they'll try and run for it. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a fourth down stop.
Chris, I understand what you're doing here. As a play caller, you want to take that chance. You want to keep the ball. You want to keep the drive alive. But this is the risk you take, and the defense comes up with a huge stop.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. They're going to run it here. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. DB's looking to jam the receivers at the snap. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Receiver makes the catch. That'll pick up the first down. He's brought down to the 21. A new set of downs after that completion. First down, looking to throw the ball. Looking to scramble. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And he pulls in the catch. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on 1st down.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
LSU is now operating in the red zone. Working tight windows. It's Nussmeier. Pressure is coming. And he'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, I like this play. I mean, not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here.
Timeout, LSU.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. Defense is coming after him. Got him. He's sacked.
Chris, that quarterback seemed to be back there forever waiting to find somebody open. He should have just thrown it away or just taken off. Instead, waiting all that time allows the defense to get to him. They come up with a sack.
And the crowd coming to life here trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. It's intercepted, tried to fire it into a tight window. It's a short return, but a takeaway for this defense.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points. At the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out and get to halftime. Toss play to the outside. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Defense spends their second timeout to try to regroup.
Boy, how about the defensive speed there and the team pursuit? They recognize the toss sweep from the middle of the field and show their team speed to be able to eliminate this play.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. And he's got it. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. And looking to throw now on first down. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
The offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Second down after the incompletion. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Extending the play now. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. This time enough for one more play in the half. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Pass hauled in inside the 15. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. flag before the snap. Looked like the defense jumped into the neutral zone there. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver. Alabama comes up to the line quickly.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. It's going to be incomplete, trying to make something happen on the run, but nobody open.
Chris, that's a classic case of predetermining what to do with the football. You've got this incredibly talented receiver, arguably the best athlete on the field. I get it. You want to get him the football, but throwing into double coverage, that's a no-no and a great way to throw picks.
Looking for some space. It's Law. Takes up about 3 yards there, but it's going to be fourth down. Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40. A running play called on fourth down. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Trends show guys that are continuing to go for it on fourth down. But what's crazy to me, Chris, is deep in your own territory to go for it on fourth down. It's a big risk, but it pays off here.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. He's brought down, but not before they gain to the 42-yard line.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Getting set. Here's second down. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Nice grab. It's Williams. Breaks loose at the 45. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense edge to it.
He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
I'm a fan of any time you can get the ball into his hands. I think it's a win. Didn't go for a huge amount of yards, but it's the threat of what it potentially can do, and it gives him another opportunity to get his hands on the football.
And he dumps it off to the tight end. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down. Alabama comes up with the line quickly.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention. Opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
And it's incomplete on the throwaway. Didn't find anybody open. Brings up a second down now. Now play number 9 on this drive. Now here's the toss play. A change of direction. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
I know the toss play begins with a guy taking a snap, he turns around and flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction that where they want to run the ball. Because if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes the play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Looks like Alabama will have the first down. Still looking for that elusive touchdown, but finally this offense is moving. First down and 10. Ball handed off. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop it. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Keeping it on the ground here. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, tie. Sam Van Cunningham, Bo Jackson. That's a play that legendary running backs have made.
And let's not forget Herschel Walker. Yeah, it's right. You're thinking of old school running backs. It's very rare to see backs go up and over at the goal line. It's refreshing. Nice to see.
The BAT is up and good, so we're tied up here in the third quarter. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. So here comes the LSU offense back on the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. To throw, it's Nussmeier. He's moving out of the pocket. Just trying to get rid of it. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time.
Well, the pass rush does a good job of chasing him out of the pocket. He's trying to buy some time looking downfield, but he better be careful being too patient. He gets hit as he throws this football, and it falls incomplete.
He's back to throw again on second down. The QB throws his third pick of the day. And he's got some open field ahead. At the 20, at the 10. Takes the pick to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the interception taken to the house. A pick-6 potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick-6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team is on the field to move this one away. This one will be fair caught. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick-6 last time out here. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. It's pulled in, completion on a diving catch. Game moves the ball to the 40. It'll be first down.
Well, how about that? Another LSU wide receiver makes a big-time catch for the Tigers offense. Oh, just a couple names to throw out. How about OBJ? How about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, who right now arguably two of the top receivers in the NFL, all from LSU. And watching this young man right here, he's hoping he's next in line.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. It's an out route, the catch made. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. Offense operating at high tempo now, no huddle.
Man, isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a handoff. And it really
touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Strong game by this quarterback.
Chris, as you know, anytime you hit a big post route like this for a touchdown, The timing between the quarterback and the receiver is essential. Nice job of not waiting too long. The quarterback takes a hitch, gets the ball out early, and allows his receiver to run underneath the beautifully thrown football for the touchdown.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Bringing it out, it's Young. Tackled at the 13. Now great field position to start the drive. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there. Alabama comes up to the line quickly.
Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. And sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game, the offensive line. You've got to do a good job consistently protecting the quarterback, and it all comes down to the offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback, and they blow up the play.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. And at first down, they go right back to him. The defense gets him behind the line as time expires in the third period. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Quarterback drops back. It's a screen pass complete to the running back.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Offense in hurry-up mode. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
On first down, it's play action. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete. Second down play coming up. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. But a quick stop by the defense. Gain just 2, so it's 3rd and 8.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Challenging spot for the offense. It's 3rd down and long from the 45. Here's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Tie ball game late, and they're going for it on 4th down. He'll set up to throw. Lets it go quickly. And it's incomplete as the defense gets a big fourth down stop.
Well, to midfield, and this offense is trying to get things going here in the second half. I understand the aggressive mindset, but this one could cost them.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Gets some space around the 30. Touchdown, Tigers. They jump in front here in the fourth.
What a long run for the touchdown. I don't know if this defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both, because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Movement at the second level of the defense now. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. The last time they went forward on fourth down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. That one takes it across the 30-yard line. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. And he's got it again. He shreds the tackle. And they'll move the 6 on that one. It's a first down to the 42. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Second down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. And we reach the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to steal a late game comeback victory. Using his legs, it's Miller. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. They crank up the tempo here for this important third down play. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. So here we go. Down 1 score. They're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll hand it off. Brought down at the 40. That'll be a first down. Fourth down conversion gives them a fresh set of downs, but time is running out. They get to the line quickly. On first down, they'll keep the running game churning. Not much on that play. Brought down short.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now on this drive. There's the handoff. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They continue to march toward a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Looking to throw it on first down. He's escaping the pocket now. And it's incomplete in the very back of the end zone. A late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock. Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Look at this. He'll go deep again. And the pass is incomplete as time runs out. Game over. Let's be honest, all wins are not even. You go in there and hammer your rival and get bragging rights. That's sweet, man.
Yeah, this one is a little bit different. I mean, this is a game you anticipate, you look forward to the entire offseason. You're thinking about it. Now you get a big win against your rival. You're riding that high much longer than your standard win.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.